Campo, a bit of praise from the coach yesterday, saying you're probably the most important man in the box.
I'm not sure he said that, but
He said even number two man, the right-hand man.
Yeah, so I mean that's great, but Phil's ethos is obviously team first. So I mean the coaching box is really important on game day, and everyone's got their role that they need to produce on that day, and I think collectively we've got a really good group to support Phil and also challenge him on game day.
So does your role change in the box this year compared to previous years?
Not really. I mean, it's obviously still midfield and stoppage role at number one, but I guess Phil will be asking a few more questions and that sort of thing. But it's exciting. Looking forward to it.
So you're the guy who challenges him a little bit.
What's that?
Are you the guy who challenges him from time to time?
Well, that's we have to. Yeah, I mean that's part of the role. We're not there just to be yes men. So we've got and Phil loves that.
Yeah.
Phil wants to be challenged in the box. So he's obviously well documented. He's been an assistant for a long, long time and well respected. So, and I've coached against Phil for a number of years and respect him highly. So he's got a really good handle on the game. But I think it's important as a coaching group that we challenge Phil as well on the way we play.
Another thing we talked about yesterday was flexibility of players and being able to play a lot of different roles. Does that change in terms of the midfield, as in maybe more players are running through there, that you train with more of them?
Yeah, no, well that's been going on for the last 7 or 8 years really, the flexibility of players. And I guess now with the interchange and the capping and those sort of things, the players are obviously going to stay out in the ground for longer periods of time now. So it's important that midfield guys can play forward and back. And it's important for defenders to be able to play midfield and vice versa. So flexibility is a key these days. Yeah.
What are some of the big sort of the main changes you've noticed under Walsh this pre-season compared to previous seasons, I understand it?
I'm not going to compare coaches and previous seasons, but Phil's philosophies has already been documented: team first, elite standards, and making sure that we're a united group. So they've been the biggest philosophies that he's brought in so far.
And those elite standards, can you describe some of those that he really picks up on?
I think, and it would happen at every other club. The training standards, the way you go about things, the way you present, the way you deal with supporters and members, those sort of things are critical to an AFL player and how we're perceived as a footy club. So, it's not only on the ground, but it's off the ground as well.
So if Phil was obviously sick for some point, his named you as number 2, you'd obviously step up. How would you feel about that responsibility? Are you ready for that, to be the number 1 man, do you think?
Well, I guess he's put that faith in me if that happens, but that's a hypothetical, so I'm not really into hypotheticals.
And heading into the NAB Challenge, who are some of the young mids that you'll be having a close look at?
Oh, well, there'll be a few. I mean, there's Jesper touched on, there's a lot of guys that have gone through there, over the pre-season, has done the last 3 or 4 years since I've been here, so we're always looking for another one. You can never have too many midfielders, so look, there'll be a combination of guys go through there, some that you may have seen before and some that you won't. So we're looking to give some guys some opportunities and see what they can do.
I heard that Wig's got a pretty good kick on him, and him and Yancey have been fighting over who's got the best leg. What do you reckon?
I wouldn't mind a couple more of each of them, to be quite honest. So yeah, no, look, Harrison's a great kid, fitted in really well. He's obviously got that nice left foot, which is nice to have. But yeah, the more good kicks we have at this footy club, the better.
Are there any particular players you're just excited about, can't wait to see in action on the weekend?
Oh, to be quite honest, I'm actually really keen to see all of them play. I mean, under a new coach, new philosophy, new game style, that's the really exciting thing about having a new coach that comes to your footy club. So the guys are really excited. It's been a long, tough pre-season and a later start in terms of when games are played. So they're more than ready. So I'm really excited to see how they all go.
Brad Scott was talking yesterday, he was saying he can't play tricks, he's just going to be put it all out there, not sort of hold back, even though he plays Saturday again in about 5 weeks' time.
I wouldn't believe everything that he says, Jesper.
Okay. But there is a little bit of gamesmanship going on in these matches.
I'll let you.
Well, I think so. Yeah, you go.
With Sam Jacobs out of the game this weekend, who do you expect to do the ruck work?
Oh, look, I think there'll be a combination. Josh Jenkins will go through there. Riley O'Brien will have a go through there. There's a couple that will pinch hit and see how they go.
How is Loudon coming along? Would he be the sort of next in line after Jacobs?
Oh, well, it's like anything. Every spot's up for grabs. So I'd love to see Riley O'Brien take hold of it and jump ahead of him. I mean, competition's healthy in a footy club, so no one's got a spot with their name written on it. So obviously Sam's really important to us, but if he gets injured, then it's open. No one's got the right to say they're next in line, but we've obviously got Luke as another ruckman for us. Whether he's the next one in line, we'll wait and see.
Obvious question, probably, I should have asked earlier, but being the right-hand man, do you have ambitions to one day be a senior coach?
Good question, Jesper. I think I'm very much like Phil in terms of I think I'm still learning. There's a lot to learn, and I've seen a lot of guys over the last 8 years jump in early and haven't always succeeded. So I think it's a learning process. I think you can never stop learning. But when the time's right, I'll make that decision. But at the moment, I'm really enjoying the role. Love this footy club, love the group I work with, and love working with Phil. So we'll wait and see when that pops up.
Who are some of the players that will be sort of trialling brand new positions they haven't played before and trying to get them more versatile?
Oh, well, you see all of them. I mean, most of them are not locked into one spot. So we get an opportunity to play 26 guys. So there'll be a lot of guys that'll, play forward, back and midfield. So, as we said, some of them you would have seen played in those spots, and some of them you'll see it'll be new to them. So that's the exciting bit about the NAB Cup. But let's make no bones about it, we're there to win as well.